Alrighty. Welcome back to Boruto, Anime Review Episode 230. This one reviewing the 230th episode, of the anime, A Wish. I am also reviewing the newest chapter released for the manga. Yes, chapter 65. Well, I discussed that. Now, in the case of episode 230 of the anime, this one pretty much in a way does wrap up this little mini arc for Kwanaki. Mostly put for him, we start with him where he's running with Moroki, where he's chasing after the guy who took the medicine. In the case of Shikadai, him and Cho just wander along for a bit, and lucky enough they're found by Boruto and Sadara, who decide to, hand out basically finish the mission off to Mitsuge. Mitsuge, of course, received information from Naruto, which Naruto received information from Konohamaru about the land of calm seas, that they should have reinforcements, and, that's how I got to that. And, of course, Sadara heals up Chocho, carries her back, and, of course, Shikadai and Boruto decide to go after Kwanaki and Mutka, and Maruku, I think his name is. So, they chase after the guy Jakaru, not Jakaru, it's the other guy, who Power had missed, and they battle him for quite a while, and Kwanaki puts up a pretty good fight against them. Even uses his power against them, and it basically he's defeated thanks to the combined might of not only him, but also the reinforcement of Boruto and Shikadai. And the guy's defeated. Of course, Kwanaki, for full measure, goes this giant fist will punch him in the gut like 3 times because Maruku got sliced up by his giant saw blade. Not a demon kunai. Oh no, this was a freaking saw blade. Like, I'm thinking, wait. This is a world of ninjas. Why the heck would he use a giant saw blade? This is the type of blade people that loggers use to slice up frickin' trees with. Like, where the heck he get this damn thing from? Don't know. My guess is it could have been from the feudal lord he works for. Which, by the way, he does not make appearance in this episode. Oh no. After he gets back to medicine, Maruku does die from his wounds. Well, actually, he just, They leave they leave him near a tree. So Kwanaki figures though, because he was asked by Maruku to finish the mission, he of course accepts it. He thinks that Shikadai and Boruto will stop because he disobeyed orders earlier, and they're like, "No, we're going with you." Like, okay, so they go along, and of course they're stopped by pursuers. But look up that in the case of Kwanaki, he's able to find the guy's teacher, and like, "Are you Maruku Sensei?" He's like, "Yes." And before I can hand off the medicine to him, he's, taken hostage by one of the pursuers. Lucky enough, he's able to get around this due to the fact that the medicine was not in the box at all. Nope. And then he hands off the medicine to him, and then, of course, he asks him to go check on Konoku. And then, of course, the 3 go back to the Land of Fire, back to Hilly Village. And on the way back, Shikadai decides to write a report later. He mentioning that despite his actions, he did complete the mission. Yeah, despite his reckless action, he did complete the mission, and he's able to save his people. And of course, then Kwanaki himself basically walks out, sneaks to the hospital. Him and Chocho, of course, on the way back, he collapsed. Then, of course, Chocho's becoming perfect when she's eating. She still finds Kwanaki handsome, despite the fact that I think that the guy she's probably going to be dating with a little bit older is probably going to be Dinky. Because I think he's attracted to her. Despite the fact she's a chunky woman, but I'm not going to basically judge him for that. So he sneaks out, but Shikadai basically takes him to the Hidden Leaf Cemetery. First time in a while. I mean, I don't mind this thing making an appearance. I mean, it's been a while. I think the last time officially showed up in the series was actually just prior to the AO arc of the series. Yes, that was the last time, that prelude that led into the start of the very arc. That was the last time officially in the anime it officially showed up. It's been quite some time. And who's going to go to? Shikamaru's father's grave. Also Shikadai's grandfather's grave. I think about how much basically that, protect people is one thing that Shinobi do Impact do. Excuse me. And then, of course, you have Kwanaki sitting on top of the Okage mansion. And he has a conversation with Naruto. And he thought he failed the thing because Maruku died. He's like, no, your mission was successful. Like, you didn't pass the test, and officially, Kwanaki is now a Genin under Naruto. It becoming Halo missions. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, is he gonna copy the third Hokage in, like, having his own team of ninja, like, Genin working under him, despite that he himself is a Genin? This is interesting. Yeah, he's training with Team 7, but if he's basically training under Naruto himself, does that mean that he's part of, like, his own personal ninja team that he's training? Possibly, anyways. He does have experience. He probably has experience as ninja he could pass along. But the thing is, Naruto's a Genin. He never got promoted to Jonin, despite the fact he had the capability to be a Jonin, due to the fact he helped win in the fourth Ninja War, but he never took the exam. But despite that, he became a Hokage, no problem. He's very good at his job, despite the fact that if you see in his office, there is papers everywhere that need to be filled, need to be signed and filled out. Like, my gosh. And I'm thinking of, like, okay, I get the fact he's got a lot of paperwork there. He could, I don't know, use shadow clones. Yeah, he may not be able to do as much as before, but he can still use freaking shadow clones to basically lower his workload. Yeah. But definitely a good episode. Though next week's episode focus on the team of girls. Tabaki's team, which I'm looking forward to that because I actually did a little synopsis of this one where they're looking for a particular swordsman, and the swordsman was someone she might actually know. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Some development for this character who doesn't get much development in this series. Alright, so next we're discussing the new chapter of manga, Kurama Power. Yes, the cover image is Naruto in his Sage mode. Which, he can still do this. Despite the fact he can't go for Kurama mode, he can still do Sage mode, which I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And you have Naruto freaking out. No, Bard's freaking out about, well, it's about to happen. Yeah, because Momoshiki makes an appearance in the manga. Yep. Now, technically at this point, Boruto's not seen Momoshiki since he killed him back in the movie, while in the anime in the tuning exam arc. Yep. You, Momoshiki. And then we see all this fog everywhere, even spread to the new Kara headquarters. By the way, the thing with the Okara headquarters, it's pretty much abandoned. Like, no one's using it anymore because, well, probably because no one knows how to use the particular type. Probably because all the portals were destroyed to get to the damn place. Probably because Code destroyed them. So, we see something's happening. We see a flashback to the tuning exam with Boruto wearing Naruto's old jacket. And Morishiki saying this, worthless Kara dregs. He's the one who has divine tree tails, isn't he? I'll probably chance to kill him. Move aside, boy. Yes, despite the fact he's supposed to be suppressed, he comes out. And he comes out. And, well, at least it's a fully grow back the horn. Because Boruto broke it. Yes. And then he bows Code. Like tremendous power. So this is the true Ursula power. No wonder Barra had no chance. They say if he would soon learn enough. And Amano like Tarzan Kawanki's our kind of code? How do you know? They confirm unknown chakra with Boruto. Signs indicate they're fighting. Who else would it be? He should have sense any abilities. That was way too fast. How the heck did he find Kawanki? Maybe it's allied workman, like an outer. And I'm always like, I wouldn't discount that possibility, but there isn't an outer who's in skill that far as I know. And this is Sai, yes, Sai, who's got a ninja headband. Who I should point out though, in the anime and at this point, now in the Shippuden anime, he did wear a ninja headband. But by the time of the current Boruto series, he is never seen wear a ninja headband. And here's a little fun fact for you. Name one member of the previous generation who still wears ninja headband. The answer? Maybe Choji? I think he's probably the one who still does. Because no one else does anymore. which is kind of weird. You would think Naruto might still wear his. Heck, Kakashi still wears. Kakashi is probably the only one of the people who still does, despite that he's retired. He still wears ninja headband, but it's strange to see Kwanaki side wearing his. Yeah, of course, like, are you listening? It's plugged up. You tell him don't muck it up. And you have Sumari basically worried about Kwanaki. Despite the fact it was implied back in chapter 17 that even though it's kind of not been stated here, but Sumari is in love with Boruto. I know some people tend to call her the Hinata clone, but one thing, she's not as shy as Hinata. At least she actually talks to Boruto, has decent conversation with him. She doesn't pass out every time she's near him, like Hinata basically was known for doing. So you have Momoshiki basically absorbing all the attacks from Code, and then Code takes Kwanaki hostage, and of course, Momoshiki fires another Rasengan at him. It's like, whoa, don't you want the chocolate fruit too, Momoshiki? You see, your Osuki sacrifice featured 10 tails. I sat it down. I'm taking it with me for a private matter. It was brief. I was talking to a private matter, but still an honor to meet you. I was thinking Momoshiki. And of course, Boruto uses, and then Momoshiki uses the Vanisher Rasengan. Rasengan Dan means bullet. A tiny Rasengan. And fires right through Kwanaki and Code. Like what? Code. And then he kicks him right in the face. What a dud. Karma. You can't even absorb jutsu with it, can you? And Code gets information from Ida. Code, can you hear me? Damn it. Let me go. Not now. Not the one who just rescued. Be nice, I'll break your limbs. That'll be quiet. The best years. And then he gets kicked. Fine. As you wish. And then he's stopped by Shikamaru. And of course, Naruto saves Kwanaki. And of course, Shikamaru's like, is Boruto running amok again? Damn it, he absorbed it. Tell me, what are you doing? What you call it a day? His second Naruto Shikamaru is here too. Interesting. You go, what's going on Boruto? Boruto. It's Moshi's body. It ain't okay at all. Why'd you actually come? Monkey? How do I hurry or else be killed? I appreciate your concern, but I'm the Hokage, and I cannot and will not run from an enemy that threatens my village. Or 7th. Then Code holds Shikamaru hostage. No sudden moves, Hokage. Now listen. Take even one step, and I'll slit his throat. He calls me a bastard. Yeah, the word bastard is around a lot in this chapter. Damn it, shame on me. Listen to me, Naruto. Worked up about it. Just take him down. Regard me. You want me to kill you? Sure, no problem. Come on, get to it. Fascinating. I think I should help you, Code. Kill the Hokage, that is. Well, he's a nuisance to me as well. And Code's like, be my guest. Damn it, Naruto. Fight them. It's the only option. Monkey, stop. And of course, he gets kicked. The Hokage won't die. He's like, check me out, Hokage. Send you 7 strikes. Massive Rasengan. And big humongous ball. Like, wow. Boruto basically wanted to do this when he wanted to strike his Rasengan out, but he couldn't do this because the thing is, he didn't have the power of one of the tail beasts. Able to use it, and it fires right at possibly Naruto, but no, it gets absorbed by Kwanaki. And then the chapter ends with him basically going into a sort of semi-evolved mode, despite the fact he didn't have karma before. Now he's got karma again. Yep. And he's prepared to fight. Quite interesting end of the chapter. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's an excellent chapter, and I can't wait for the next month's chapter, which will happen next. Okay, so That's a particular review. Stay tuned for our very next video. It's going to be a Comic Corner. Yep. See you next video. Bye.